Welcome everyone to the V8 Supercars official online series main event from Phillip Island, presented by XSG and Big Pond Sport. Looking like we're going to be in for a very interesting race. Top three guys separated by not much at all. Madison Down will start from the pole, followed by Mitchell McLeod, Shane Van Gisbergen, Simon Madden, Renz Brookman and Joshua Muggleton. The top six. It should be very close the whole way through the field. So we're currently on the warm-up. Once the drivers start to get ready to grid, we will go through the field. Far away from getting ready to start forming the grid for the main event here in the V8 Supercar online series, presented by Big Pond and XSG. Big thanks to those guys for helping us get back up on the ground, back off the ground for the live stream. I know that everyone has missed it, so it's really good to be back. So we'll quickly go through the grid. Madison Down, Mitch McLeod, 1 and 2. Sorry guys, I'll just quickly... third, Shane Van Gisbergen, Simon Madden. Fourth, Simon Madden, fifth, Renz Brookman, Joshua Muggleton. Row 4, Troy Cox, Scott Uren, Richard Hampstead and Michael McCabe break out row 5. Bo Cubis and Cal Watmore, Sean Kelly, Lewis Doddermead, Chris Tarrant, Simon Black, Stuart Wood, George Fullerton, Corey Slade and Guy Leach round out the 20 drivers that we will have for this main event tonight. 38 laps here of Phillip Island. Should be a fantastic race. As we go green, Madison Down gets a brilliant start. Looks like we're all going to make it through the first corner okay. No! Big crash, the XSG car. We'll go back to that. We'll go back to the replay of the first corner incident. Sorry, I keep getting the wrong car in the incident. Go back again, sorry about this. So it was Michael McCabe and Bo Cubis who did have the incident at the start of the race. Back up to live. So Madison Down leads them down through MG for the first time, first of 38 laps. Brilliant race this one, lots of tactics to come into this race. One of 2 endurance races that the V8 Supercar online series does. Madison Down has developed a tiny little gap at the moment. almost 8/10 of a second over Mitch McLeod from Shane Van Gisbergen, and Joshua Muggleton stuck himself into 4th position. McLeod running a little bit wide there, coming out of Siberia, coming into Hayshed. So to break a little bit of a gap there from Van Gisbergen, who's battling with Muggleton. So on board here, Joshua Muggleton looking up at the 3 guys ahead who we were trying to catch. The gap now to 1.1 seconds. Back through the field a tiny little bit. Scott, you're in there. Just move up 1 car. Following Renz Brookman and Simon Madden. Simon Madden, of course, joining the Direct Clutch Services team. Start of this season. Only a couple of weeks ago actually that team formed, so great to see more and more teams joining V8 Supercar Online Series. Down, McLeod, Van Gisbergen, Muggleton. Back to Madden, Brookman, Duran, Cox, Hampstead, and Kelly. Sean Kelly makes out the top 10. Troy Cox getting it a little bit wide coming out of MG. Closely followed there by Richard Hampstead. If you did watch the early race, Richard Hampstead and Renz Brookman did have a brilliant battle for second. Renz did take out that, but the main reason they had that brilliant battle was due to tactics. In this race there are a lot of tactics involved. Pit strategy. There are 4 strategies you can go for in this race. There's the basic 2, fill the car up, put tyres on and run as long as you can, go right to the end. There is the break the race in 2 strategy, stop on around lap 19 of 38, get you halfway. Then there are 2 other strategies which a few of the guys have been speaking about this week. There is the pit early strategy, which gets you track position coming through the field. Pit on lap 10, 12, 14 area. You get the fresher tyres while the other guys have worse tyres than you. Gives you track position in that session when they have bad tyres. The other option is to pit later, which gives you very, very good tyres towards the end of the race. We did see all 4 of those pit strategies come about in the early race. Go back up to the front. Battle for the first 4 is getting very, very hot between McLeod, Van Gisbergen and Muggleton. Madison Down has broken away a tiny little bit, only 1.5 seconds though. So 4 tenths between McLeod and Van Gisbergen and another 5 or 6 tenths back to Muggleton. Van Gisbergen looks up the outside. Oh, Mitch has blown an engine. Mitch has dropped back too many gears and is out. McLeod is out of this race. He's dropped it back 1 gear too many and McLeod is out. That will change the entire championship complexion. That incident has very, very big championship consequences, I guess would be the right word. So McLeod is out with a blown engine. So we're looking at Joshua Muggleton in 3rd. Chasing Van Gisbergen. Might drop back to look at the next battle here. The next 5 guys. We have Madden, Brookman up the inside of Madden, gets it done. Madden will try to hold for the inside of the next turn though, and comes back. Brilliant driving by those 2 guys there. Scott Uren, 6th in the Tats car, Troy Cox in the TTR car, and Richard Hampstead in the Speedy refrigeration entry. Can't see this ending well right now. Oh, Scott Uren's just gone off. It's not a good night for the Tats.com entries. Not having much luck at all. Go on board with Richard Hampstead, looking at the rest of this battle pack. This is the battle for 4th. Madden in front, Brookman, Cox and Hampstead. It's very, very close there. Very, very nice pass there from Richard Hampstead up the inside of Troy Cox. And also well done to Renz Brookman, who is now into 4th. Troy Cox is going to try and take that spot back though. Doesn't quite get it back though. Doesn't give the spot up. So Richard Hampstead moves into 6th. And Hampstead right on cue, spins out. It's going to be nasty if he can continue on and almost crashes into the back there. Scott Uren when he comes back onto the track. So Sean Kelly right up behind Richard Hampstead there. He's looking to make the pass up the inside of turn 12. You don't see very many passes in that corner. New livery there for Sean Kelly. To Corey Slade and Stuart Wood having a good battle here. This is for 11th and 12th. So Slade in the XSG car. Good to see him back out on track in the V8s. So Wood up the inside. Really get the pass done. Slade will try and defend for the next corner. And will hold the position. behind. Go back up near the front. Joshua Muggleton trying to chase down Shane Van Gisbergen. So it's currently down Van Gisbergen, Muggleton, Brookman, Madden, Cox, Watmore, Uren, Hampstead and Kelly are your top 10. Go back through the pack. Some of the battles further down the pack. This is the battle here for 16th, 17th and 18th. Screen Guy Leach in the Valentino Rossi inspired Dr. car. Behind him Simon Black in the Speed car and George Fullerton in the Moffat Dealer Team car. Michael McCabe after that first lap incident trying to come back through the field, not having much luck. At the moment it's all Madison down, leading by 2.5 seconds. So move back to that battle for 4th and 5th. Go back to Simon Madden. We'll jump on board with him. Watch his battle with Rens Brookman in front. Troy Cox, Cal Watmore, Scott Uren behind. Rens is actually starting to get a little bit of a jump on the rest of this pack. Cox thinks about making a move up the inside there at turn 1. Knows there's not quite enough room there to do it. I don't think it'll be too long before we start to see a couple of these guys in the mid to back pack start to make a pit stop. Try and get some pit strategy going on. Scott Uren coming back onto the back of this battle pack that he was in the middle of not long ago. Corey Slater's just passed. Just been passed by Stuart Wood. So Corey drops back to 12th now. We'll go back up the front and watch this battle pack here. Brilliant battle between these 4 guys here, Madden, Cox, Watmore and Uren. Brilliant freight train happening. All very, very evenly paced. Hampstead thinking about making a move, not quite there. Cox trying to go up the inside as well, not quite enough room also. Battle is heating up though. Rens would be loving this too. Starting to pull away from these guys. Seeing the battle going on between these 4 guys here. Be surprised if one of these guys in this battle pack here decide to have a pit stop, get themselves away from the battle, That way they'll come out in good track position. Hopefully get some fast laps in and move ahead of these guys. Don't know if Watmore's going to get the pass made around the outside there. Cox will straighten back up, but Watmore isn't giving up. Don't believe he actually... Wow, that's an amazing pass around the outside at turn 1. Don't see very many passes made there. Jump on board with Scott Uren. Watch his battle for a moment. Yeah, we've got our first pit. We have had our first pit stop. Richard Hampstead did decide to pit early, take that strategy we were just mentioning. So here, as you can see, he's a long way back now, trying to get some clean air. Move back through the field while everyone else pits. We'll have a look through the field. So Madison down 2.8 seconds ahead of Shane Van Gisbergen. Van Gisbergen ahead of Muggleton by around about 2 seconds. From Muggleton back to Brookman, looking at around about the 4-second mark. So Brookman, there's a nice gap back to Madden, which is the big battle pack going on. There's a lot more right behind. Behind these two is Cox and Uren around the outside. It's almost going to get that move made. No, pulls back in behind. This isn't over yet though. Well, maybe it is. Scott Uren into the pits. First of the front guys to do so. So back to Sean Kelly next now. Sean Kelly's in 8th. Stuart Wood behind. Stuart Wood a couple of seconds ahead of Bo Kubis. There's a nice battle group going between Lewis Doddermead, Guy Leach, Simon Black, George Fullerton. Fullerton then behind Fullerton is Corey Slade. We're about 7 seconds behind. Slade has actually lost a lot of time. I'm not sure if he's had an incident or if he's having car issues or tyre issues. Back to Tarrant, who has McCabe behind. McCabe a few seconds behind. Back to Hampstead and Uren. He's currently 19th due to the pit stop. Troy Cox is the next guy in. Decided to do his pit stop. Sorry guys, I do believe that we may have dropped out there for a couple of seconds, but looks as though we are back. Apologies guys, we look like we are having a couple of internet difficulties, but we are still here. We are on lap 15. Madison Down leading by 3.3 seconds to Shane Van Gisbergen. We have had 3 guys pit now: Richard Hampstead, Scott Uren and Troy Cox. And as I was mentioning earlier, Hampstead has moved himself ahead of Uren and Cox. He was behind those guys, and here we go, Shane Van Gisbergen into the pits. Going for that early pit strategy. And he comes onto the limiter. We'll see where he comes out. We'll go back to this battle here. Watmore and Madden still battling these two guys. Scott Uren has had the shortest pit stop out of the guys that have pitted. Van Gisbergen's still in the pits. His pit stop has gone for 20 seconds. Shane Van Gisbergen taking quite a lot of fuel. Unless he has had an incident that we're not sure of. In the pits for 32 seconds. Quite a lot longer. He's come back out as the last guy still in the race. So Van Gisbergen must have started with a light fuel load, hoping to get some time up on Madison Down. However, it looks as though it hasn't quite worked in his favour. He's had to take a longer stop to get the same amount of fuel to get him home. Go back to the mid-pack where all the battles are happening. Dodgy, Leach, Black, Fullerton battling currently for 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th. Fullerton may have went a little bit too wide there in the exit of turn 12. Dropped a long way back through the field. And Renz Brookman has pitted. 17-second pit stop for Brookman. And it's brought him out with Richard Hampstead again. Will we see a repeat of the last race where these two guys battled? Made contact no less than 5 times. Brilliant battle between these guys last race. If it's half as good this race, stay in your seats guys. Madison Down comes around to complete lap 17. Now has a 6-second lead over Joshua Muggleton, who is now in the pits. So we'll see how long a stop Muggleton has. Muggleton actually has to back it up. He's gone too far forward. So that will cost him time. Simon Madden is also in the pits. Cal Watmore's also in. So we've got all action in the pit lane now. We will stay with Muggleton to see where he comes out. There goes Renz Brookman, Richard Hampstead, Scott Uren, Troy Cox there. So Muggleton comes in and straight away makes contact. I'll have a look at a replay of that. The exit of pit lane, making contact with Scott Uren. Ran a little wide. Oh, didn't quite make contact. Brilliant driving, guys. So Van Gisbergen still back in 16th. He's coming up to the back of these guys. He's got a long way to go on a heavy load of fuel. So now Madison Down has a very large lead. This is the halfway lap, so when we finish this lap, we will be at the halfway point of the race. Sean Kelly has now made his way into second due to everyone else pitting. There's no one in the pits currently, so he stays in second. Stuart Wood's in third now. Moving back through the field. Nobody's pitted on this lap at this stage. Sorry, Guy Leach has pitted. This is now a battle for 8th. Corey Slade has a little bit of a off-track moment there, trying to avoid the guys that are battling. He's on board with Renz Brookman, currently in 7th position, making his way back through the field. And Michael McCabe has come into the pits again, so maybe an issue there. Not 100% sure. Richard Hampstead very, very sideways coming in through the hay shed. And yeah, here we go. Madison Down in the pits. So we now have a new leader at this stage. Sean Kelly is now leading the race. We need to see where these guys come out in comparison to Down. So Madison Down maintains his lead, effective lead I should say, once all the pit stops are completed. Still got an 8-second gap over Renz Brookman, Richard Hampstead, Scott Uren and Joshua Muggleton having a brilliant battle again. So there's only two pit stops left to go. Scott Uren does put the block up. It's the shoulders out, elbows out I should say. Stuart Wood coming into the pits. Back through the field. Will Stoddemade now currently 13th. Stuart Wood, his pit stop is almost completed, bringing him back into the mid-pack. It's actually taking quite a long pit stop, so he's still there in the pits. goes Shane Van Gisbergen, who's made his way back up to 8th after his extremely long pit stop. Very surprised his stop went for that long. So currently the shortest pit stop has been Madison Down, whose stop was 16 seconds. And Joshua Muggleton and Scott ran the shortest after that. Go back to the battle between Joshua Muggleton and Scott Uran. This is a battle for 5th place. Joshua Muggleton up the inside. I don't think the track goes that far. Makes the pass. So Scott Uran back to 6th place. We'll go back to a battle brewing here between Corey Slade and Chris Tarrant. These guys are battling very, very hard. Back in the pack. You would think these guys, the way that they're battling here, would be for the lead. So currently this is for 17th position. These guys are so competitive. Neither of them want to give up any spots at all. Now Sean Kelly's just come into the pits to complete the pit stops. So we will just have a quick look at the standings so far. After 21 laps, Madison Down from Renz Brookman, Richard Hampstead, Joshua Muggleton, Scott Uren, Troy Cox, Shane Van Gisbergen, Cal Watmore, Simon Black and Bo Kubis makes out the top 10. I think we will have to go back to that battle between Corey Slade and Chris Tarrant. Those two guys side by side down Gardner Straight. Corey trying to take out a camera there. Oh, Chris, mega sideways there. Loses quite a lot of time there. So we will move up through the pack here. Cal Watmore coming right onto the back of Shane Van Gisbergen. So this is the battle for 7th and 8th. Makes up a lot of time under brakes there. Van Gisbergen in the Hyperstimulators car. Currently in 7th position. Surprisingly quite a long pit stop. Not 100% sure if that was planned or not. Whether it was some other incident that caused the longer pit. Not too sure about that. It's currently in 7th. Look forward, there's the battle pack for the top 3. Working very, very hard to get onto the back of that pack. So Joshua Muggleton up the inside. Richard Hampstead takes over 3rd place. Hampstead isn't finished here though, sideways through Siberia. Muggleton will take that spot. Puts him up into third. So it's currently down from Brookman. Muggleton, Hampstead, Uren, Cox and Watmore. Hampstead in red, there's nothing between those two guys. Ren thinks about making a move up the inside there. Knows there's no room to do it. Muggleton a little bit sideways on the brakes there, and Uren gives Hampstead a push. Don't think that's really how you get a move done, guys. A little bit of push and shove. It's a brilliant battle here between these guys. Neither of them want to give an inch. Thinking about trying to make a move around the outside. Couldn't quite get enough room there to do it. So we move back Watmore and Van Gisbergen. Not a lot between these guys now. There's probably this battle pack of 4. It's getting very, very tight. So he ran up the inside at the southern loop, turn 2. Really get it done. Very, very good move there. Van Gisbergen has now moved onto the back of this pack. Cox protecting his position. This battle group has got even bigger now. It's now 5 guys battling for position. Van Gisbergen up the inside of Cox. A little bit of a push and a shove out of my way, and they come back at it again. Brilliant racing here. So this here is the battle for 4th position, remember guys. To have Madison down a mile in front of everyone else. So down across the finish line. So next we have Brookman. Next, Muggleton. Uren, Hampstead, Van Gisbergen, Cox and Watmore. We'll go back to these guys. Watmore passing Cox. Cox has slowed a lot. He's lost over 1.5 seconds on that lap from the rest of the field that he's battling with. Van Gisbergen looks like he wants to take another spot. Gives Richard Hampstead a little bit of a push out of the way. Gets the pass done. But Hampstead down the inside. No, pulls back into line. So Van Gisbergen now has Uren in his sights. Been a fantastic battle here. As always in these V8 online series races, mid-pack racing is fantastic racing. It's now only less than half a second between 4th and 5th. Remembering Van Gisbergen had the longest pit stop out of everyone on the track, so wasn't sure why that happened, but obviously there was a reason why. Because it seems to be working now as he's moving his way back through the field. We'll go back to the battle between teammates here. Richard Hampstead in front of number 10. Cal Watmore behind number 12. You can see this ending in tears for teammates here, the way this is going. Cox is looking at it, thinking, please take each other out. Little touch there from Cox. Into the back of Hampstead. Watmore gets that pass done. We'll move back up to the main battle at the moment between Van Gisbergen and Scott Uren in a Tats.com car. Van Gisbergen looks like he might be thinking about making a move here. Uren protects the inside at MG. Gisbergen looks like he might get this pass done. Side by side coming onto Gardner Straight. This is brilliant racing. Van Gisbergen now has the lead for that position. It's now 4th for Van Gisbergen, but Uren on the inside. Van Gisbergen doesn't want to give up that spot. Takes it back around the outside. Brilliant driving there. It's a move I wouldn't like to pull myself. We'll move back through the pack. There is a little bit of a battle brewing here. Lewis Doddermead in the Wormwood Motorsports car. The green car. Followed by George Fullerton, the hitman in the Moffat entry Falcon. This is the battle for 12th position. So everyone's tyres are starting to go a little bit off. You can see both drivers there, very, very sideways. We'll go up to the front. Madison down. Currently 10 seconds ahead of Brookman. He's got it very, very nicely out in front. Brookman in second. Currently has 4 seconds on Joshua Muggleton. Joshua Muggleton in the TCR Falcon. He's got Shane Van Gisbergen, who has worked his way back through the field brilliantly. Definitely the fastest guy on track at the moment. Moving through the field. Scott Uren in 5th. Cal Watmore thinking about making a move there. Got right up behind him there. Cal Watmore in 6th. We have Troy Cox in 7th. 8th, Richard Hampstead. Drop back a little bit further. Bo Cubis, Simon Black in 10th, Sean Kelly in 11th, Lewis Doddermead in 12th, George Fullerton 13th, Guy Leach, Simon Madden 14th and 15th, Stuart Wood 16th, about 20 seconds ahead of Corey Slade, Chris Tarrant, Michael McCabe, back runners. Michael McCabe not having the best of days out. I'm sure it's a race he will want to forget. So we have 8 laps remaining. Watmore trying to chase down Uren. Hampstead behind, trying to hunt back down Troy Cox after he lost 2 positions. A couple of laps to go. Hampstead currently in 8th position. It's been used like a pinball this race. There's people bumping into him, he's been bumping into people. Been fantastic to watch though. Move up Shane Van Gisbergen currently in 4th. 3 seconds behind Joshua Muggleton. I'm sure he's got him in his sights with 7 laps to go. We move back, Uren and Watmore having a brilliant battle there for 5th and 6th. Thinking about trying to make a move back down the inside at Siberia. Won't get it done there. Don't think he knows where he's going to try and make this move. So coming down into MG, hard under brakes. So 6 laps remaining now. Not long to go. Van Gisbergen's actually dropped the gap. Caught up to Muggleton, is now just over 2 seconds. Just on 2.5 seconds. So we could be looking at a battle there for 3rd and 4th very soon. This battle here for 5th and 6th. Fantastic to watch. Back to this battle here for 12th and 13th that we were looking at just before. Still going. Fullerton and Dodymede. Move back up to this battle again at the front. It's getting closer every lap. Neither of these guys want to give up this spot. This is the battle for 5th. 5 laps to go. We're down a 12-second gap over Renz Brookman. Another 5 seconds back to Joshua Muggleton. Shane Van Gisbergen, Scott Uren and Cal Watmore. This battle here between Uren and Watmore for 5th place. Looking like it's the battle to watch for the rest of this race. Don't forget to tune in next week, guys. We'll be coming live again for the main final qualifying at 9:15 Eastern Daylight Time and 9:45 for the main race for 25 laps from Silverstone International Circuit. Very, very fun track to drive. Very interesting track. Should be a great race next week. So remember to tune in. Main race at 9:45 Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Watmore has got about 2 laps fresher tyres, so at this point of the race... Oh, Van Gisbergen! Van Gisbergen has gone off. We'll have another look at that in a moment. Now Watmore's gone off as well. So we'll have a look at Van Gisbergen's. Too hard under brakes. Watmore just couldn't quite hold it up with Van Gisbergen up the inside. So Scott Uren has now somehow found himself into 4th place when he was struggling to hold on to 5th. So 3 laps remaining in this race. So it's down from Brookman, Muggleton, Uren and Van Gisbergen are your top 5. Lucky someone's out there for the Tats.com team after Mitch McLeod blowing an engine on the 3rd lap. Just had to put that out there for you, Mitch. Just a friendly reminder. Big thanks to Mitch McLeod too for helping get this live broadcast back up and running. I won't talk up too much more, Mitch. Madison down, leading 2 laps to go. Looking like he's got it pretty much all sewn up. We'll go to a battle though for 6th and 7th at the moment. Between Troy Cox and Cal Watmore, 6th and 7th position. Watmore looking up the inside at turn 1. Don't think he's going to quite get that move done there. Troy Cox. Trying to hold Cal Watmore up. Nobody's got any tyres left. So we're on the final lap now. Madison Down crosses the line to start the final lap of the race. That battle down the lower positions. McCabe, Tarrant and Slade is still going on. You can see it from on board with Madison Down. Team XSG cars definitely at the wrong end of the field that they would prefer to be. I think something that has been a fantastic effort is right up until now, after 38 laps, Chris Tarrant is the first driver to go a lap down. Fantastic effort by all the guys, shows how competitive this racing really is. Let's quickly go back and see this battle between Troy Cox and Richard Hampstead. As Madison Down comes around the final corner for the final time. Big congratulations, Madison Down picks up the win at the main race for the V8 Supercars online series presented by Big Pond and XSG. We'll go back to that battle though. Looks like it's all over. Renz Brookman picks up second. Joshua Muggleton will pick up third for TTR, giving them a 1 and a 3, 2 on the podium. Well done guys. Scott Uren picking up a 4th for Tats.com. Shane Van Gisbergen 5th. Troy Cox just holds on for TTR in 6th. Cal Watmore 7th. So big congratulations to Madison Down, Renz Brookman and Joshua Muggleton for fantastic race.
No, that was good fun, mate. Very well done.
So thanks for joining us guys. We will be back again next week live from Silverstone for 25 laps. 9:15 for the final qualifying, 9:45 for the race. Look forward to seeing you then. Winner at Phillip Island, the main race, Madison Down.